Welcome back to Gongmana for 2023. Round 2, or I should say game 2, but round 1 of day 2. Dalai Lama, Big Banana, storied Ultimate Frisbee Club, coming up against another team with just a preponderance of history, Razball. Razball predominantly of the Sydney surrounds. Have been measured and serious in their preparation. Tap the urn, the number one thing that they have been focusing on for the cross-sport training. I have no idea what tap the urn is, but apparently it's good fun. So Jenkins getting involved for Dalai Lama, Big Banana, the first turnover of the game. I'll be Van der Veeden going to pick this up, and Van der Veeden looking straight away to the end zone and a signal of intent. Lucas Love brings the disc up. Back to Jenkins. And Drew Wiseman puts one up in the air. Headage is there. So turnovers, both directions. Here's Matt Diggins. Oh, he's done. He's put that disc a long way out there. And Calvin Lau has potentially overthought it. It might have been Curtis Lee. Either way, first points of the day. Yeah, Curtis Lee. Nearly saved it. Diggins with the gratuitous. Playground in the distance. It's a little bit chilly in the shade, actually. Glorious weather. So to give context to this game, both of these teams have struggled here at Gongmana. Neither team having managed to win yet. But that will change here, as one of these teams will have a win. Clifton sporting the rookie tag on the jersey, takes on the pulling duties. Thomas. Carpenter. Thomas. Just going to put one out. And the poacher's there. Horton coming across. Stoddart. Back to Horton. Oh, and that's a problem. Nearly Callahan. Oh, and that's given a lot of oof, but not much distance to go. It's overthrown. Already an entertaining game. Wisem. Everyone moving away from Wisem. Bit of a thrower, so has that reach to put the disc down the field. Sodat. Spears. Oh, Spears' throw inside shoulder. Low release, looking for the end zone. Razball not quite in. A left-handed throw. Oh, the throw to the corner. Layout grab. Razball score. 1-1. Tough catch to make. Raya Carpenter goes to ground. So just having finished up their game for the morning, I'm joined in the commentary booth by John Greenfield. Hello, John.
G'day, Dan. How are we?
Good, mate.
Oh. Okay. Yes, we played Edamame, who were the champions last year, and we went down 10-8. It was a really good game. They basically didn't want to play in the morning, so they were bombing everything. And, you know, we just sort of had to hang on. Force back shoulder, but yeah. Now that's interesting. The tall chap just running over there,
Matt Thomas.
Matt Thomas, otherwise known as Spoon. And I was at the beach tryouts with him, met him for the first time. He just come over from England, and yeah, good to see him down here in Gongmana.
Why do they call him Spoon?
Good question. We'll get back to that.
Yeah. Okay, it's one of those Frisbee names.
Yeah.
Where the origins of it have been lost potentially to time and myth, layers of stories upon each other, where they just have a name and that's what they've always been known as, and nobody actually knows their real name.
And you don't get to choose it.
Oh, that's true. So Lucas Love walking to the line. For Dalai Lama, Big Banana, they have to go up field, upwind. Julian. Parker, too tall. Razball. Hedich. They go quick through Healy. And now Lorco, Van der Veeden, front cone.
Well, looking at this, Dan, it's a tough matchup here. We played, this is the Dalai Lamas, the Wollongong Uni kids. They are going to be great one day, but obviously at the moment, not a lot of experience under their belt. But we played them yesterday, and you know what? They're a good unit. They don't care about the score. Obviously, they're running up against some very experienced players, so it's going to be tough for them. But I just love the fact that they just enjoy each other's company. They're all hanging out. They're all camping together. They all got completely smashed by the huge downpour we had last night. You know, I don't think there'd be a dry sleeping bag over there. So good on them, and I hope they stick with it. And you know, they were well represented at the party. Plenty of them on the dance floor. So yeah, it's good to see them having this kind of experience here at Gongmana, which is just, you know, it's a fun tournament.
And tournaments like these are the ones that are the ones that kind of connect the competitive seasons together, and you know, can sometimes refresh your love of the game. You know, takes you back to simpler times and simpler moments where there's less pressure, there's less riding on each individual touch and decision, and you're able to just test things and go in the flow of the game.
Completely. This is young Kieran Stoddard with the disc. I got to play with him at Mixed Nationals, and it was his first Division 1 tournament. But he's out here bossing the offense, you know. It's just great because he didn't get much opportunity. And look at him getting connections here, Dan.
Jenkins in the middle, really providing a link up for the offense. Jenkins again. The wraparound anti-flash reflective sunglasses. Walsh Gay. Stoddart. Jenkins gets up the line. Oh, the high release flick, the decision. Wiseham. Now Horton. Dalai Lama doing well. Just finding short-range passes. Completing. Not turning the disc over. Horton. Oh, that's a hot one for Wiseham. Razball get the turn.
As good as Drew is, that was a hot cake, wasn't it?
Inside forehand. They're always hot to handle. Lau. Oh, Lau's throw just getting in the breeze. Cleaned up. Oh, and another one into the breeze. It's going to go over Wiseham.
All right, well, they tempted fate twice there. Blades facing the breeze, turning the Frisbee into a sail, and they got what they deserve, really, Dan.
It was like the America's Cup. The disc took off left to right. The right to left on the screen. Oh, that disc just getting the air taken out of it, down range. Oh, and now gets it back, so all's end well that ends well for
Wall's End.
Yeah, for Luke Horton. Stoddart. Goes the break to Wiseham. Wiseham now trying to hit the rook.
That's a tough look, isn't it? Yeah. You've stuck that underside of the Frisbee into the breeze. You really are. It's a wing and a prayer when you're getting that edge.
Carpenter. Come back up to the line. Dalai Lama, big banana go with the bracket. Trying to prevent that first pass. So Razball, use width. Thomas. Oh, that's a rough one.
Both teams struggling with the breeze here. Not surprising.
Stoddart. Clifton. Oh, a little bit stuck.
Oh, good look.
Great throw. Jenkins gets to the corner. Oh, everyone's on this near sideline. Horton comes back. Now Stoddart. Wiseham, middle of the field, where he wants to be. Looking for the option. Spears the target.
And he speared it in. I think once again, just a little bit too hot. I think when you're that close and you're shooting down breeze, you pretty much got to hit him on the hip. But can Razball get themselves out of this first third?
It's been a battle. Carpenter. Ooh, Ledamaros gets up the line and gets it. Lee. Thomas. Just as it really starts gusting, the bid by Stoddart. Getting off his feet. The clear out cut. Resolving things for this Razball offense. The break. Lau. Back to Lee. Lau trying to combine. It floats up and Wiseham, the fourth man into the contest. He's going to call a timeout.
He's had enough. Enough of this.
With respect, I think just keep hammering away.
Well, I don't know. Well, can they come up with a plan here for downwind? Because they have struggled hitting players. I think they need to be a lot more direct with their passes. Stop trying to lead players in this breeze. And for the viewers at home, it's coming pretty much straight into the cameras here. Off the ocean, you can see down there. What a beautiful sight it is, Dan, down here at Kiama.
Yesterday was pretty good, but today's even better.
Oh, yes.
What do they say? A beautiful one day, gorgeous the next?
Well, yeah. They nicked that off Queensland, of course, but stuck gorgeous in.
Well, Kiama's a little bit closer than Queensland, so I'll take Kiama. It's a less of a drive to get here from Newcastle. And when we're talking lots about throwing, and you've got the stage where when you're making a throw, John, is it more instinct now because you've just thrown so many that you kind of know what angle you want on the disc?
Completely, but you know what? Doesn't matter how long you've thrown for, you still need the little cues to remind you. So for me, if I'm throwing into the breeze, it's to obviously wrist snap, but to follow through with the wrist snap. So you're giving it a little bit more extra momentum through the disc, so it's going to have a better chance of holding its line. And that's something you've got to think of every time you throw. So look, it's never easy. You do get better, obviously, at throwing, and these uni kids are still really early in their, throwing
careers
cycle. Yes. But it's one of the wonderful things in the sport because you can start off with just pure athleticism and still be effective, still be useful on the field, and then you learn how to throw, and it's a whole new world opens up.
And it's always wonderful to watch that development in players. I think notable, Matt Diggins from Razball. He's been on the sideline, but definitely one of those just spectacular young talents that came in with speed and not much else, and has since developed his game into much more than that.
Yeah.
Walsh Gay, low catch, just throwing out the big paw, clonks it.
Oh.
Now Wiseham. Everyone very deep down the field, so decides to try create an angle. Walsh Gay getting involved. Still looking for the right shot. Horton, and then Wiseham. Now Jenkins.
Finally, they get it to the receivers.
Horton.
There's a pick call there, Dan. And Kieran throws his head to the sky. I don't know if we'll get a little look at that.
I think that's always a part of the life cycle. You're free in the end zone. Nah, couldn't have been a pick.
Yeah.
Couldn't have been. Guilty of a few of those myself. So Horton engages Jenkins. Jenkins clears out, so Wiseham fills. Everything on this near side. The hot one. Stoddart looking. Everyone's in the near sideline. It's ultimate in the phone booth at the moment. Horton bails out. The around break.
Oh, wait.
We're coming back.
Oh, that is rough. Can you believe that dump pass? A blade flick. I mean, either it was mad genius or just hopeful.
Panic.
Yeah. Let's look at it again. We've got this on the replay. What's this? How's that for your dump pass? Hit him in the chest?
Yeah,
I couldn't see that pick, but let's assume that it was spot on.
I'm wondering if it was a contested stall. Anyway, we'll play on. Horton. Oh, he's gone the reach around, and then the blade.
Wow.
John. The waist-height blade.
Wow, it's a Razball here.
Carpenter. After a long stretch of defense, Razball go on offense. Carpenter. Thomas. is Lee. Goes flat to Latamaros.
I don't mind that one. I don't mind that at all. Okay, that was a tough throw, right? That was really tough to hit, but got it right up the other end of the field. All they need is one miscue here from the Dalai Lamas, and they've got a short field to play with. So in this sitch, if I was Dalai Lama, I'd be looking just to get it straight back down there. Don't give the disc up in this third.
Throw out rather than in. Wiseham goes to Ema Spears. Wiseham. Or just miscued with Jenkins.
All right. Now they get to start at half. So a much better proposition.
It's almost like you've played this game before, John. They're starting at halfway, you mentioned. Field position could be important. Latamaros, the break.
But you know what? Again, I don't mind that. And once again,
Emily Sutton getting off her feet, bidding for that. Oh, and now Walsh Gay's just going to put one up to Wiseham. I think he overheard us. Did young Noah Walsh Gay.
He's a very smart player. I like him. He's still young, but very smart.
Wiseham, Thomas arriving. There's a goal, a strip, uncontested. Great spirit.
All right, rack it up. Let's have a look at this.
Is it time to play zone?
Okay. This, yeah, you can see arms, but very good spirit there from Thomas. Spoon. I think, yeah, that was always going to be Kieran Stoddard's. Yeah.
Is it time to play zone?
I think so. Once again, this should be the Wollongong's best chance. They need an early turn. They need to get the turn in that half so they can play Frisbee and not have to just build it, because they will struggle, just like Razball have, of getting it out from the end zone down here. Look at this line. You got Larko, Thomas, you got Diggins. Just trying to see who else they got there. But this is
yeah, Mercedes Janacek.
Yeah.
Annalise Hedich.
Oh, jeez.
We're calling out some names that, you know, they're not out of place in a Div 1 line.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. So this is a skill experienced line, but all it takes is that one little error.
Aaron Healy as well out there.
Aaron Healy started off in Newcastle.
Yep. Many years ago.
Mm.
So Lucas Love. Good pull for distance. Van der Veeden goes to Janacek. Now Thomas. Had the deep cut of Diggins. Looks it off. And now Janacek. Just space. Expecting Healy to go.
Yep. Healy zigged when
Janacek was expecting a zag.
A zag, exactly.
Love. Stoddart goes up the line. Love gets it to him. The long arms of Thomas prevent any kind of long throw. Julian. Back to Stoddart.
Completely open on the break side here.
Oh, that's going to sit up. Running all the way around it. Siobhan Heatwell. Oh, and then the block on the mark by Hedich.
Wow, that was a clean hand block.
Thomas is free in the end zone. Razball go downwind.
Oh, poor
3-2.
Poor Eden out here. We got a chance to catch up with her. She just loves to run, you know. She's in that. She's new to Frisbee, but she's got the idea that you come out onto a grassy field and you just get to run around. There's no offsides. You know, there's no, you know, strong positional play. You got your handlers and receivers, but essentially you get to run around. Look at her doing some jigging and jiving out there now. Well, she's back out.
You know, in yesteryear, positions were probably stronger than they are nowadays, where, receivers are expected to make throws and, handlers just can't mooch around behind the disc anymore. They have to move upfield, especially when things are static. There is that kind of amorphous boundary between the two these days.
Yeah.
And the top quality players, we'll turn to someone like Alex Latamatos, who back in the day you would think prototypical handler. His game, he gets up the field, he gets in the end zone, he tries to create something with his legs rather than just arm only, and then that adds an added threat and an added dynamic to his game, and he's kind of like one just clear example that I can think of.
Yeah, well, I think in the women's game, you've got Lucy Dicker, so she's definitely got that. I think Jono Keys, he's a very dynamic handler. And Alex Gann. So I think those it's because people defense has evolved to mark the resets, and it's a lot harder to get those resets now at the top level.
Wiseman picks it up for Dalai Lama. Big banana, Eden Parker. Straight through the hands. Goes for a tour.
Yep, she just wanted to run.
Yeah, you mentioned it. So, Carpenter will pick it up. Marked by Madden.
Oh.
Wiseman. A clobbering.
Let's see this again. Yeah. Bit of a shoulder tap.
Yeah. Wiseman just too close to the thrower, and Noah Walsh-Gay gets the block and goes.
The big man's in the end zone alone.
He's still there, and Wiseman should still throw it. Walsh-Gay marked by Raya Carpenter. Substantial height difference between those two players. Now Parker. Wiseman under pressure.
Oh, Spears! Gosh, she's been cutting into that corner all game and then gets the perfect pass there from Wiseman. I thought Wiseman missed a trick here. Noah Gay gets the block. Burst deep, no one following him. Wiseman just kind of walks away from the Frisbee. Eventually getting it in midfield, but let's have a look here. And great to see Eden not only getting the disc here, but getting a pass off with a nice flick. Good hands there from Drew Wiseman. And perfect pass sitting up for Spears. Lovely. She'll be really stoked getting a goal there.
Busy down on the beach. Holy smokes, look at them.
Yeah.
The nippers are out.
Yep, and all their parents.
Have you been for a swim, John?
Yes.
How's the water?
The water's brilliant. In fact, we're talking about Matt Diggins. He was actually out there on the surfboard with Holly Reeves.
Of course he was. Of course he surfs. And of course Holly Reeves surfs.
Yeah. So we were cheering him on from the shallows. But it was quite rippy, the water. But what a beautiful place. I mean, you cannot help but be relaxed just being down here. And no wonder that a lot of Sydney refugees coming down here for retirement.
Very relaxed vibe here in Kiama. And Lucas Love, who's taken on the upwind pulling duties, is going to give this another rip. It's another pretty good one.
He never used to. I think he's on this team just so he gets the pulls, What do we got, a zone here?
Time for a zone. Lorco splits that one through to Sutton. Now Thomas. Janacek sets up the reset. We'll get it.
Danger here. Lorco completely open in the end zone with his arm up.
Sutton. Back to Janacek. Oh, there's a bit of a call.
Just looking at the field here, Dan. Larko completely open. It is going to be a tough throw to get it to him. But they've also got players.
I'd love to see Janicek just give this a rip here.
Ooh.
I reckon she has this throw in her.
All right.
And she's had the time to sum this up. She just needs to throw it far enough to the left. Decides to play safe. Maybe that's why she's played so many nationals and I haven't. That shot selection is maybe a little bit wiser than...
Yeah. The glory throw.
Here's Jenkins for Dalai Lama, Big Banana. Rory Julian looks for the reset of Love. Love breaking. Heatwall.
Oh, what a catch.
Heatwall looking downfield. Will reset the stall back to Lucas Love. Love feeds a hot one in there to Cracknell. Cracknell goes with the lefty reset. Parker again.
She's just loving being out there, isn't she? I dropped it. Let's have a laugh.
Wonderful time, and you love to see it. Healy. Van der Veeten back to Healy. The wind just doing interesting things to the disc. It moves it up and down. It moves it side to side. That's enough. So Love picks it up. The offense not really that ready. So Love is just going to reach for Heatwall.
Look, I don't mind that. He was in a tough position there, but he's got a little bit of ground. It was a touch finder. 40-20.
Janicek in the middle to Palmer. The flow continues for Razball down the far sideline. Van der Veeten not quite in. Makes up his ground and then goes back to Palmer. Rebecca Palmer for the score. Razball 4-3. We're just watching a trading game at the moment down this right-hand side.
I got to play the pleasure of playing with Bex Palmer on the Crank Division 1 mixed team this season. She was going to play Razball for Division 1 mixed, and honestly, they had a shocker at regionals and came well down the pecking order, so didn't qualify. And you know, like
put in the trade request.
Yeah, that's right. Got the trade window and jettisoned out. But Razball, of course, so Razball essentially exploded to a series of trades. But they had this beautiful kit. I do like the shirts, and they made the pact that they would go back to Gongmana and at least get some use out of those shirts and get to play together. So that's what they're doing here. But she's a wonderful player and played a lot of her Frisbee, high-level Frisbee, with the Reading mixed team in Britain, which is still is an excellent mixed team.
It's interesting, like these teams that I think if there's one thing where Australian Ultimate could improve, it is around how stable the mixed teams are, because you've got, you know, those perennial mixed teams like the Newcastle Pywagon that have been around forever, but beyond them, there just seems to be a series of super teams that form every couple of years. Frisky for a long time was there, but then that kind of folded and imploded. Razball, you'd love to see them just continue to play, you know, maybe go to Div 2 if they miss that qualification, because certainly in the split gender season, most of those teams are set nowadays.
Yeah,
they've been around for a long time.
Yeah, yeah, I agree, Dan. There's some great discussion to be had there. Let's look at the play here.
We'll get back to the topic at hand. Walsh Gay arriving just crushes the pack. Noah Walsh Gay has just decided to put a saddle on the much shorter Curtis Lee.
Curtis Lee holding his neck. So let's have a look. Yeah. So I think this is going to be a foul. It was a dog of a pass. It really sat up, deserved to be D, but you've just got to mind your body. If you want to take advantage of that, and you got such a height mismatch. Just trying to avoid the contact.
Seems that it will stay with Dalai Lama, Big Banana.
Well, that's some spirit there from Curtis Lai. And then Noah Guy trying to throw the Frisbee or the hat there. No, he's got it. All right. Into the wind.
Horton looking for Stoddart, who's underneath the disc. Hadn't quite picked up the breeze, or the effect that the breeze would have there. He drifted underneath it.
A little shake of the head there. He knew that he should have caught that. And that was the right play, the right throw. Yeah, he thought he could just sail into the end zone and run onto it. But nope. Wind said no.
Carpenter will walk back to the line. Dalai Lama, Big Banana playing a very poachy match set. That a Mardos with a zone-breaking run.
Was there a touch there, Dan, or was straight drop? There was certainly pretty good pressure there from Dalai Lama.
That a Mardos providing an option with the legs. Ooh, sharp pass cross field. Razball, go on offense.
Whoa.
Walshgate putting up a wall. And disc is...
That's a tough, sort of cross your body, backhand into the breeze. Tough to keep that one down.
Stoddart, back to Horton. Wiseman cutting from very, very deep. Centralising the disc, and now Wiseman looking for Walshgate.
Did he need to put that much blade on it? I'm sure he'll look back on that and think, if I just put a little less blade on it, let him run onto it.
No, Walshgate's done a great job closing the gap there. Threw out the left paw, couldn't clonk it.
Yeah, look, they're still here. They've got Razball where they want him, in the back of their end zone. So, look, I don't mind the option. But let's see how Razball, they've got a horror set up here, Dan.
Stretching things out, Diggins with the start, stop, give, go. Lau, low and hard, Diggins catching that. Looking for Headitch. Headitch is underneath it. Wind just taking that sideways.
I'm going to call commentator's curse on that. You're talking up his throwing ability, that he puts one over the sideline. But that's still a tough throw. The option was good.
So here's Horton. Oh, the inside break. Wiseman stepping forward. Where's the contact? Wiseman, the breaking pass. Stoddart drops. And Diggins goes to Headitch. Get it going. Carpenter. Now for width. Back to Lai. Carpenter. Give go. Dominator movement. Diggins. Stoddart calls it up. So they play on.
This could be the turning point of the match right here. Oh, as soon as I say that.
We should play a game of Bink.
Yeah. I find that incredible if that was actually up, but it was such a good play. That's one where you let go and say, yeah.
Let's just play on and see what
happens. Let's just play on.
Diggins managed to catch that at the back of his head. Oh, Wiseman playing for meters, I think.
But you can see they've got their three biggest boys, back when they really need to stretch the field out.
Diggins gets that one under control. Back to Carpenter. Lai. Go over Latamados and Headitch. Provides the secondary. Diggins. Diggins, some surveys the field, surmises the situation. Latamatos. Lau. And now Diggins free in the end zone. Razball go upwind for the first time in what feels like forever. They break for 5-3. First sign of daylight between these two teams.
Yes. Look, it was well played. Latamatos there I thought was key with some of the throws. She has lovely balance on her throws. And Diggins just had enough juice in the legs to basically outrun the Dalai Lama defenders. But hopefully they'll recognise that you can almost leave a defender there, you know, in that corner, because it is such a hot spot. It's so hard to get it over the other side without sending it over to the sideline there.
Zone time? If you're Razball?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Put the screws on. A lot of their top line handlers are now out. Yes, this is the time.
It's a rough situation to be in for Dalai Lama, Big Banana, with Wiseman, Stoddart, both making way. Cracknell comes in along with Lucas Love and Rory Julian. A lot of inexperience out there for the Dalai Lama, Big Banana.
Thomas with the pull.
Goes the outside in, that'll catch the breeze.
That is an expert pull, isn't it?
It's a little bit sweaty.
Yeah.
to be playing in this match and then to put up a pull like that,
yeah.
It's a little bit rough.
Now, they're sticking with match here, or is this a... No, it's a little bit junky.
Bit of a poachy.
Trying to work this out. Yeah, it's a poachy set, and I don't think Wollongong here, Dalai Lamas, have responded because their receivers are miles away from there.
Horton.
This is going to be tough.
Very polite. Ask for a cut, please.
Well done, Lucas Love. Found the space.
So Horton combining. And very, very loose around the mark. Just giving opportunities. Love. Working. Dalai Lama, Big Banana still have not transitioned out of a match offense. Cracknell goes down. Make sure of it.
He nursed that disc like a baby.
Horton. Love. Now Siobhan Heatwall. Horton. Cracknell. Horton again. Love down low.
Good hands.
Horton. Oh, they dribble through to Eden Parker.
Come on, Eden.
Love not watching. The turnover is there, so Van of Eden. Now to Healy. Janacek gets up the line. The cut's there. It's too close. Horton catching on the block. So Dalai Lama, Big Banana. They'll have another go at this. Cracknell, make sure of it.
It's going to be a signature move of his, obviously. Well done.
Nice zone breaking throw. And another one. And Julian is just going to go up high, and Scott Thomas gets all kinds of tangled. Razball. Back Palmer. Palmer is just going to send this one skyward and let the big boffers sort it out. And Matt Thomas.
That was the Battle of Britain right there. I could see Bex Palmer. She was looking for Thomas the whole time. And he was quite happy to oblige. Read it better than anyone. We'll see this come up. Just coming back there. It was such a lovely catch to get that one. This is the bomb here. Way too much air but she had a lot of faith in Thomas here. Read it beautifully. Too easy. All right, well now we're seeing a bit more daylight in the scores here.
And that's always the risk, isn't it, on an upwind score, is that then you give up the next downwind score as well, and all of a sudden one break turns into two.
Yeah. Well, it's a Filmer matching point here. They've got their big boys back on. I actually think Stoddard needed that break. He was just starting. He played a number of points in a row. He plays a high energy style, so it was good to see him just elect to take that break. Trust his teammates.
He was seeing a lot of the disc as well, in and around the action, busy, had to be switched on. So he'll continue to have a bit of a break on the sideline, because potentially Dalai Lama, Big Banana, if they can score on this one, they'll need him for the upwind point immediately following, and Rhea Carpenter has ripped that.
That is a rip. Oh.
And now Walsh Gay. Walsh Gay going the loopy throw creative. Wiseman continues it, and that bounces. A wry look around by Kira Walsh. Turn over the result. Radamatos.
Look at the balance on her throwing here. Very good handler.
Carpenter walking into it. Diggins cuts sideways. Now back towards the middle. Carpenter, that one's a sharp one. Kira Walsh gets it back.
Good persistence. I like Kira Walsh. She's quite gutsy on defense there, isn't she?
Oh, that is streaky. Wiseman catches. Now Jenkins, Wiseman. Oh, Jenkins. Numbers for Razball. They go the fast break. Healy, the around. Louder score, and Razball go up wins.
Yeah, that's the danger. You turn it over in your red zone, and it's just too easy. You cannot catch up.
7-3 Razball out in front now, and the opportunity. Downwind defense. An 8th point and halftime there for them.
Yeah, and just going back to the mix, I would like to see a more competent clubs, but half the problem is, again, it's the same players who are backing up from a very strong open women's season.
So I'd ask you, right, because you know we've both existed in that season where you'll play single sex half the year, and then you'll back it up and you'll play mixed the other half of the year. Is it time that Australia moved to a unified season where we play 8 months of the year, but it's either as single sex or mixed? Do you think it's time for that?
I do. Yeah. I really do. I think it's the only... Build it and they will come. And I think it opens the avenue for... I think what you'd find is that quite a few of the Division 2s would form up strong clubs, and they will eventually become very strong clubs in the open division.
Ooh! That's landed us in.
That was in?
I think there's a little bit of confusion.
It was close.
Love.
Okay, he's calling it out. Look, it was close.
Van der Veeden is just going to speak up now, and
don't we have a replay of that?
It looked in on first look. Van der Veeden actually is going to get talked down by Ben Larson. So there, let's play the break. Let's not worry about it. So Love, the disc is tapped in. Back to Madden.
Just got a replay up now. I do not mind that being a brick. It was close enough to the line there. I think it actually hit the line. Yeah, it was out.
Well, close enough. Close enough counts in horseshoes, hand grenades, nuclear war, and ultimate frisbee.
Yep.
Julian in front of the hard-charging Palmer.
What a throw. Lucas Love, he never used to have a flick. What's going on?
He's got a bit of something now. Janacek, not quite in. Just takes a moment. The offense not really moving. The power dump. Love that as a move. Van der Veeden can't get it back to Hedich. Thomas is in. So that's halftime. 8-3. Razball have really taken over this game in the later part of this first half. So the players are going to go for a break. We're going to go for a break. John, any quick thoughts before we have a drink?
Well, we've seen the game go from 4-3 to 8-3. So, it is an impressive run, and it all came back down to that upwinder scored by Razball, and that just was too hard for the Dalai Lama to rally against. But they've got a chance now to talk about it at halftime. We'll see what they come up with in the second half.
Well, we'll see you back very shortly for the conclusion of this game between Razball and the Dalai Lama Big Banana. Just massive pull. Larson going to have to go play fetch.
He gave himself a little fist pump there on the way down because he knew that was a good pull. Look at this. He's still got the arms up. He's pretty happy about that. And yeah, just a little note. I mean, for those people watching maybe from overseas, if you're thinking of coming to Australia in December at all, just try and get yourself onto a team playing Gongmana. It is a special tournament.
Oh, that is very high. And Matt Thomas catching that. Diggins combines again with Thomas. Gestures last and across. Resets instead. Palmer. Healy. Oh, it's too high, hot and hard to handle. So Cracknell, Horton, and Love. Spears gets across. Dalai Lama. Important point for them. Horton. That pass was squeaked through between two defenders. Love gets looked off. Cracknell.
Oh.
Madden.
Again, probably would have been better to just hit her in the chest and try not to lead her.
Larson. Thomas gets on the break side. And now Palmer out in front of the camera, takes a tumble. It was very graceful.
I think it was very gratuitous.
Oh,
No.
Horton has talked himself out of it. Love's on the ground. Diggins is free in the end zone. Love, I think, might call this one back on Matt Diggins. Foul is the gesture. Van der Veden.
They're going to be hard to stop from here, Dan.
Healy immediately just clears the space, trying to give Lorco van der Veden a throwing lane. Diggins does the big old circle cut. Always effective in the end zone. Razball score out of half, 9-3. The break train continues to roll.
Yeah, when you've got the speed of Diggins, you can do the circle work and know that you'll actually get value out of it. Look at this. Hopefully we'll get to have a look. Here we go. Bex Palmer grabs that and then realises, no, I'm not balanced enough to stand. Probably. And then look at that throw. Gets over their head.
Horton, I think, just needed to jump.
Yeah, he probably would have got that if he just raised an arm. This wind picking up a little bit, Dan?
It's been gusting to this extent for the last hour or two.
This is going to be very tough now for the Dalai Lamas. Even the Seagulls are struggling to keep in the air with this wind.
Razball have really turned it on. The last 5 points. All one-way traffic. Carpenter. Oh, another big old pull. This is too big. It's out the back.
She's bitterly disappointed. Everyone going for that sweet spot down in the right-hand corner.
That's a big old throw. Huck that disc, some 70, 80 metres from the front of the end zone out the back.
Carpenter's got a rip on her, hasn't she? She did a couple of really good upwind pulls in the first half. She'll be disappointed she couldn't dig that in before the end of the zone there.
Noah Walsh-Gay will bring this in for Dalai Lama. Throws the fake. Oh, point block. Janacek gets quickly to the disc.
Oh, okay.
Nope, that's not over as Lau.
Just coming back here, Dan. Noah Guy, I think he might be in a bit of trouble here. this might be a bit of trouble. There was a collision in the end zone. He basically crashed straight into the Razball player there. And I think he's hit his knee in the process. Here we'll look in the replay. He turned blind, which is always dangerous, and really good work from the Razball player to get a hand on that.
See in the foreground, Noah Walshgate down, injured as the play developed out the back. The Mac line that formed.
I'm glad to see him up and walking. I was concerned he might have Lucas
done a serious mischief.
Lucas loved trying to recreate the last position of Noah Guy before he left. That's a shame. He was playing really well, and I always rate him with his game awareness. But his body awareness there let him down a little bit.
Wisem comes to the front of the end zone. Dalai Lama, Big Banana. They have their backs against the wall at the moment. Jenkins. Wisem. Wisem gestures that wants someone up in the cup. Stoddart. Here Blinders. Razball playing that zone. Wisem behind the cup, combining with Love. A bit of flow. Parker catches. And then Parker for the score. Drew Wisem.
Oh, she's stoked, Eden Parker. Good on her. It wasn't easy, but she got the pass to Wiseman for the goal. Good on her. And that was an upwinder, Dan.
It was a huge moment for Dalai Lama. They've been struggling.
That's a good little highlight there for Eden Parker. She's been just loving running around, but she was part of the scoring sequence there.
Been a tough game. Had some drops. Love to see her get some points in the ledger.
That's their first score since half.
First score since
for
a while.
Yeah, since 4-3. Yeah. Now the pull. Now who's got it in their hand?
Looks like it's Jenkins with this one. Harriet Jenkins.
Okay.
Lefty.
Lefty. It's a lefty's breeze, as they say.
What makes it a lefty's breeze?
Well, I think in here, she puts her outside in on it. We'll see it roll out this side. The danger is whether she sticks it too far in the air. Let's have a look. That's not bad. All right. She didn't have the power to get into the end zone, but she sat it in a nice space there.
And the defense is on before the first pass. It's always a good sign that it's a good pull. Diggins. Looking. Finds Thomas. Thomas straight back to Diggins, who gets it at the second bite. Back to Van der Veeden. Looks towards the middle of the field. Engages with Beck Palmer, the dump. Palmer working hard to get free. Comes across to Diggins. Healy busts for the end zone. Erin Healy.
That was some excellent into the wind throwing. They really put on a masterclass there. Just missed out on that final catch, but that was a really nice sequence. Michael Thomas playing really well. Bex Palmer, excellent in that sequence.
So Horton looks to Jenkins, doesn't really want to throw it. Cracknell down low. Love to see him rip it, and rip it he will. Going down the stretch for the Rook. Oh! And the Rook has nearly put it over Palmer, who'd camped underneath the disc. Rachel Clifton
She did really well there, Dan. You know, that was tough. Hello.
And she'll get it back. Will Rachel Clifton. 1v2 gets the job done. Diggins, ropeable. Clifton to the corner.
Oh, Clifton's open.
And now Horton having to try and get this off the sideline. It's going to pop up. Cracknell gets it. Looks. Throws it towards the middle of the end zone. And it's Clifton who does it.
Oh, she deserved that, didn't she? I'll rack this up on the replay, I'll tell you what.
After everything that happened in that point, Rachel Clifton certainly deserved it.
Great D. Presented to her, might be said, and this was quite the catch here.
Under pressure from Matt Thomas, Cracknell. And then Ben Cracknell showing the throwing chops.
He froze his head away. I'm not sure why. Maybe just...
It was not a great throw. I don't think he's particularly happy with the throw. He can't believe it. Rachel Clifton, though, she's...
Yeah, she deserved that. And that's time cap there, Dan.
So, 9-5. Dalai Lama, Big Banana with a bit of a fight back. 2 points in a row. And redeeming some points.
Yeah, I'm not sure where Razball sit in the Swiss draw and how many points they need, you know, to get into the top bracket. But they'd love to be closing this one out, I'm sure, with a downwinder, with the experience they've got, the talent they've got on this line. Really, it's. I'm just really impressed with these youngsters from Wollongong. They're giving it to Eden to do the pulling duties.
Upwind pull for Eden Parker. It's a bit rough. She acquits herself well. I've seen it a lot worse than that. That is a really good pull by Eden Parker.
Where is she going?
Not sure. She took off to the end zone. Lau. Oh, just looking for Healy. The walk-off by Calvin Lau. Says, hi, Mum.
A wave to the crowd. They just left that window open, didn't they? And that looks like it.
Yeah, we'll cap it there at 10-5, the final score. Razball running out as deserved winners in this match.
Yeah.
Gutsy game by Dalai Lama, Big Banana. A lot of heart. Good vibes.
Good vibes. And I think this is where you don't want all of the teams to be absolute elite here, and I'm really pleased for these uni kids getting a lot of experience here, Dan.
Well, I think we'll wrap it up there. On behalf of ULTI.TV and John Greenfield, my name is Daniel Clinton, and we'll be back with another game very soon. I think it's about 6 minutes away, the next game. We look forward to seeing you then. Make sure you join in and continue to watch as we head towards the final few games here from Gongmana in 2023.
The ultimate things in life are free, and we're keeping it that way. Subscribe to keep up with the latest games, tournaments, and community content. Share it with your team and friends, and drop a like to help spread Ultimate to more people. Spread the word, spread the love. ULTI.TV.
ULTI.TV.